Yep, that's wrong. What? If the defendant, upon seeing the victim stabbed in the back, happened to notice that the pupils of Miss Brett's eyes had constricted severely, yes, as a medical research assistant, she would have suspected poison immediately, without a doubt. Prosecutor Ouch, I think you'll agree, this is very compelling evidence. You, Yoko student and Yoko professor! I believe the defense has expertly demonstrated a credible reason for the defendant's actions. No! Eugene Mikotoba. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe you are best placed here to confirm or deny the veracity of the defense counsel's argument. You will tell the court the truth about the details reported in this newspaper, please. It pains me to have to admit it, but I'm afraid I don't know. You don't know? The toxin, but I was unaware of any theft. Do you mean to tell the court that the reports of this theft are unfounded? No, Your Excellency. Without returning to the laboratory to investigate myself, I couldn't see. Ha! Listen to the bumbling academic. Unaware of the theft of secret state research from his own work. I take full responsibility for the incompetence of my supervision. However, pitiable situation for a university professor. You should have more control of your students rather than allowing them off on killing sprees. That's totally unfounded. I wasn't voiced. None of this is Professor Mikotoba's fault. It's all my fault. Hey. Ambami-san, you stand accused here. Outbursts like this will not be tolerated. But it was me. I was the one who noticed that the poison we were developing had been stolen that day. What? So you knew? I'd been placed in charge of overseeing the project. It was the day that the professor and Saseki-san were interviewed together for the newspaper. That's when I noticed that's where the poison was missing. Just a tiny amount it was. Why didn't you let me know immediately? I was scared. The whole project was supposed to be confidential, but some of the toxin had somehow been taken. So, I decided I'd try to get it back before anyone else found out. I had a very good idea to who the thief was. The thief? You don't mean... Yes, of course. It was that dainty Englishwoman. Well, yes, Giselle Brett does seem to be pretty profound in using poison. Miss Giselle Brett? That's why I decided to join a little group of people going to the seaside. Beside the beach, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew she was untouchable. I know it's you who stole the poison! Well now, whatever do you mean? And then, she suddenly got to her feet, before falling to her knees in front of me and then collapsing on the floor. And that's when I saw a knife in her back. I couldn't understand what had just happened. And then, a moment later, I was seized with fear. The pupils of her eyes they'd shrunk to tiny pinpoints. I don't believe it. In other words, you realised that the victim was suffering the effects of the stolen poison. My mind started racing. I hadn't seen anything past Miss Brett's lips. must have been with her, which left only one possible way for the poison to enter her body, on the blade of a knife in her back. And that train of thought was what spurred you to withdraw the blade? Yes, if the amount that had entered her bloodstream was small enough, she might still have a chance. That's what I hoped. Really, I'm so sorry for staying silent all this time. Your attempt to hide the truth of what happened is not something that can be overlooked. However, I have duly noted the courage with which you confessed in the end. Well, yeah, it takes guts to lie about these things, but it takes more guts to admit that you lied about it. Thank you, Your Excellency. It's barely perceptible, but I do think the balance has shifted a little here in this courtroom now. Your Excellency, do not be deceived. The victim just collapsed before your eyes, you saying? Have you forgotten about epilepsy existing? Yes, I know it's poison, but just saying that people can collapse without being stabbed. Well, Membami-san, if that's the case, perhaps you could explain how Miss Brett came to be stabbed? Let's see the crime scene. She was looking at her from the front, and the knife was found in her back. That pretty much speaks for itself, ouchie. Unless you're saying that her arm just went...
Objection!
But you have no conclusive evidence to prove that assertion, do you? Just because you loved that lady. Oh, I have evidence, and it's very much conclusive. What's the prosecution counsel up to? Agreed, but he hesitated for a moment now. I'm almost sure of it. You have produced the aforementioned evidence at once, prosecutor Ouchie. Have some praises to you, young student. What? I had imagined there would be no need for me to submit this evidence. But you brought this on yourself. What the? Could a more damning shot exist? The cruelty in the air of that bench is almost palpable. Oh, can somebody please stick a knife in Ouchie's head? This evidence, more than any other, reveals the true extent of the accused's murderous nature. For it shows the precise moment that Membami San plunged her dagger into the victim's back. No, that's not true. No, I don't believe it. Ah! Order! 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 Counsel for the defense, was it you who was responsible for that shrill scream that just pierced my courtroom? Perhaps his voice has yet to fade. These yokels are slow of mind and slow to mature. Oh wait, that was Ouchie said that. God, I forgot I was in Japan for those eats from it. I'll show you who's slow to mature. Careful now, Susato is starting to show her face here. It's often said that a picture's worth 1,000 words, and here we have ample proof. The court will accept this extremely cogent photographic print as evidence. I can't believe he's had a photograph like that of his sleeve the entire time. Oh, you foolish man. Did you forget that she mentioned she was taking out the knife? Jeez, that's like someone having a heart attack and another person standing over them, being unable to get help and then just claiming that they strangled them to death. It's such a stark image, I'm genuinely lost for words. Wait a minute, I don't understand. How did you... I mean, who took that photograph? Hey. The true culprit then. That's of no importance here. Stop trying to divert attention. Oh.
Objection!
That's an absurd thing to say. It's crucially important. Whoever took this photographic print was a witness to Miss Brett's death. The court must be allowed to hear this person's testimony. Ah! I will uphold the defense's demand. The prosecution will reveal the identity of the person responsible for taking this photograph at once. Well, I'm afraid I can't do that. Pardon? You see, this print arrived at the Imperial Police Bureau headquarters by express post yesterday, but there was nothing to indicate the sender's name or address. The provenance of the print unknown. Goodness, Origins! You nevertheless believe it fit for submission as evidence in the Supreme Court? When you first produced that print before, I noticed that you hesitated for a brief moment, because you knew that it wasn't completely reliable evidence, didn't you? Silence, you yokel student blabbing professor! What matters is the blatant truth that this print so eloquently expresses. But the defendant has already admitted to pulling the blade from the wound. Clearly, this isn't the moment that knife was plunged into the victim's back, but the moment it was withdrawn. Don't waste this court's time with your ramblings. Indeed, without knowledge of who produced this print, we have no means of verifying the claim, and seeing the captures is without doubt the most compelling evidence presented to the court. If the defense is unable to shed any further light on the matter, I believe the conclusion is clear. Oh no! Shisato, this is the time for you to fight. If what you've established so far is true, then there can be no doubt. This photograph shows the moment that Ray withdrew the blade from the victim. Yes, we just need to prove that somehow. You'll have plenty of time to review the fee on the slow train back to the provinces. And through the day you came up against Takatsuchi Aochi in a court of law. Kazuma, you shall cut off his head. I can't determine who took this photograph when the trial is going to come to an end. There must be a clue somewhere. There must be some way of working out who took it. Well, Counsel? Your Excellency? The truth is, I have the answer. Wait, do I have the answer? I don't want to... This isn't about whether I can or can't come up with the answer now. I simply have to. The identity of the person who took this dramatic photographic print is, I assure you, something the defense can and will reveal. What? No! However, I am able to present evidence. The defense is a piece of evidence that reveals important details about the photographer's identity. What? Very well then, Counsel. Present your proof to the court. Examine. Found something? The piece of evidence in question is this. I'm afraid, Counsel, that when presenting evidence, you must learn to temper those wide, nervous eyes. Damn it! Would you care for me to stick a knife in your eye? Eh? I bet it's going to turn out that you're going to say I don't know. Yeah. Oh, do you need to examine the evidence some more? What is that, newspaper again? Aha. It's not the headline that's relevant here, Your Excellency. It's the photograph. Thought so, because it wouldn't let you go back to, I don't know. Well, I say I thought so, but that was a lie, because I wouldn't have got game over before. Ah, yes, indeed. They had already caught my eye as it happened. Ha! What of it? A shadow of some kind, presumably, from the branches of a tree on light? There are no trees growing inside my laboratory at the university, I can assure you. Now, if you look closely at this photograph... Good gracious! Yes, exactly the same pattern of lines is present on this photograph. Well, that tells us nothing. Yes, it's a shadow of some kind, definitely, from the branches of a tree. There wouldn't be any trees growing inside a hut at the beach, Consul. What's quite remarkable about it is that the two patterns are absolutely identical. How could such an extraordinary similarity have transpired? The curious matching pattern appears in both photographic prints as a result of... a camera defect? The photographer's technique. I believe the pattern may be the result of a particular quirk of the photographer when taking a picture. You believe? What quirk could possibly produce such consistent markings? Clearly, it must be a quirk that's quite unimaginable. I repeat, Counsel, what would be the nature of this quirk? Well, I can't really imagine, of course. Damn it. I thought I had it there. Is that it then? In short, the two photographs under consideration here were taken with the same camera. But there must be hundreds of such camera devices here in the capital. It would be utterly impossible to identify the owner of this particular one. I think you're forgetting, Prosecutor Ouchie, that one of the photographs featured in a newspaper article. A newspaper? Ah! That's right. The author of that article is a mysterious witness to this crime. What? What? I see why you call the raucous English attorney. What are you yelling about? You've already testified. It's many more, I tell you. Many more. More. Saseki-san, what was that? Did you say many more? Ever since I returned to Japan, a reporter from the Shoyu News has been hounding me, following my every move. A reporter by the name of Reitan Menimemo. Yes, hounding me from dawn till dusk. Ah, now that you mentioned it. It does seem reportedly. A camera to the left of him, a notebook to the right. Now I am, stuck in the middle with Reitan Menimemo. So you're saying that this picture was taken by Menimemo? Yes, my lord, your excellency, Esquire. Officer, find this newspaper reporter at once and bring him to my courtroom. We'll adjourn for a short recess in the meantime. Oh, yes, your excellency. As you say, your excellency. And one more thing. I want this knife, the murder weapon, examined for traces of poison. You will solicit the assistance of the Imperial University's medical department for the task. Understood? Meh. Many more! What? Alexa, lamp on. To be continued. Supreme Court of Judicature. Judicature, Defendants under Chamber 3. I'm so sorry, Susato. I should have told you about the toxin. Hey. You have a strong sense of responsibility, I know. That's why you decided to shoulder the burden alone. No, that's not it at all. I was scared of my failure coming to light, that's all. So I hoped to retrieve the substance from the Englishman before anyone found out. You had no doubt in your mind about my innocence, that you'd stand by me till the last. I remember. And yet I didn't deserve your trust in me. I hid important details from you, Susato. I completely betrayed your faith in me. Hate me, Susato, I deserve it. No, in fact, throw me to the floor. No, that's too good for me as well. Drag me through the streets. I'm no better, you know. Oh. Even though in my heart I knew you'd pulled the knife blade from Miss Brett's back, there was just a brief moment when, in my mind, I doubted you. Susato, I'm sorry. After I stood here and promised you I'd stand by you and always be on your side, I betrayed your faith in me too. And as such, I failed you as a lawyer. Oh, no. I think this situation has taught both of you a valuable lesson. Placing your unbridled faith in another is no easy task. Yes, Father, that fact has certainly struck home. Which is why I can see more clearly now. So, Ray, yes? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Oh, Susato. You know you'll always be a gallant, dashing lawyer in my eyes now. Oh, Ray. I was so scared, you know, when it happened. I didn't know what was going on. The Englishwoman was sitting at the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. I know it's you who started poison! Well now, whatever do you mean? And then, a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet. Before collapsing on the floor in front of me, with a knife in her back. It all happened right before my eyes, and you were the only people in the hut at the time? That's right, just Miss Brett and myself. There was no one else. So, I just don't understand how she could have possibly been stabbed like that. Maybe someone was hiding in the hut? A great mystery indeed. And then made a break for it when they went to examine Brett's body. It'll be alright. However it happened and whatever really went by the scene that day, I promise you, I'm going to prove everything you've said you saw is true. Spoken like a true Mikotoba. Now, I think we should discuss what's coming up in the trial, don't you? We don't have much time, we must make sure we have our facts in order. Yes, I expect the poison is going to come under close scrutiny in the upcoming proceedings. The police should hopefully have identified it on the blade by now. The trouble is, it's a completely new laboratory synthesized blend of alkaloids. The police won't have any way of testing for it. Oh, I see. Yes, without this chemical reagent, it's impossible to detect the toxin. Chemical reagent? I sent a colleague of mine off with some earlier. Delivered to police headquarters. I think perhaps you should have some as well, though, just in case. The chemical reagent has been entered into the court record. What's the matter, Susato? You're suddenly very quiet. It's this newspaper article. Exclusive, deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. I'm wondering how the information got out, given that was a government secret. It was all the Englishwoman's doing. What? It was when the Professor and Seki-san were being interviewed at the laboratory. That so-called English lady swarmed in and without any compunction said to Professor Mikotoba, Oh, Professor, surely your guests would love to hear about your work on that substance there. It put me in a very awkward position, to be frank. But Saseki-san's curiosity had been piqued, so I had little choice but to give him a personal introduction. So then, Saseki-san knew about the poison? Yes, and it's highly likely. And the reporter who was writing up the story about us would have caught a glimpse of the toxin too. It's many members, son. By the way, did that reporter join you at all when you went to the beach? Oh, no, I don't remember the reporter being there. Indeed, he shouldn't have been. I very much doubt anyone would have wanted him there. Oh? A non-criminal had been given permission by the authorities to wait by the seaside. Seki-san pointed out that inviting the reporter might be problematic, so the man was sent back to his office. Yeah, he obviously didn't go back. He secretly followed the fight to the beach and took this very candid photograph. And then presumably he posted it anonymously to the police. Ah! So you were thinking what I was thinking, that I was hiding in the hut the whole time. Counsel, we've just heard that a new witness is now ready to testify. The trial is about to resume. Please proceed into the courtroom at once. Love that I'm not using story mode anymore. Defense attorney Ryotaro Naruhodo? Yes. Faye has put her faith in me now and told me everything. So I can't let her down. I have to prove that what she's telling the court is true. I have to prove what really happened that day. August, 11:30 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Courtroom 1. I hereby call this court to order as we reconvene to continue the trial of Ray Membami. Prosecutor? Prosecutor Auchi, have you summoned the new witness? Before I address that question, Your Excellency, I have some very important news to share. Oh? What news? Why does he look so happy about it? Probably because the poison theory has been debunked, no. During the recess, with the collaboration of Professor Mikotoba's laboratory at Yume University, the police re-examined the knife that was used to end Mr. Zelfred's life. Excellent, I admire your rapid handling of the matter. Oh, too kind, Your Excellency, too kind. I was merely carrying out your instructions, of course. I had the reagent delivered to police headquarters by rickshaw, so it would be there in good time. But judging by the man's swagger, I fear we may need to brace ourselves for the inevitable. And the council? What were the results? This dagger, which was so cruelly used to end the life of the victim, has no trace of poison anywhere along its blade. What? Are you sure about that? I would stake the reputation of the police on it. Funny, they mentioned about the eyes. And surprise, surprise, one of the symptoms was extreme meiosis. So how can you say there was no poison on the... It's a pity they don't use that portrait anymore after this trial. I mean, the label appears to be written in a foreign language I don't know. It's German, so your knowledge of English is going to be of little help here, I'm afraid. Can you just have written medicine on it in Japanese? Then we'd all be able to read it. German is the international language of medicine, my dear. But yes, I can certainly see the merit in labelling the bottle in Japanese. Though I'm not sure medicine would be entirely appropriate. Armed with the reagent, the test is extremely simple. They could have made a mistake. The murder weapon has been entered into the court record. In short, the accused's feeble excuse earlier has been utterly destroyed. Ah! Now, the prosecution is ready to call a new witness. Ah, the newspaper reporter who managed to capture a photograph of the crucial moment. Good. Ah, yes, this must be the victim's blood. Oh dear, blood is never a free sight, is it? I'm having to fight the urge to run it under a hot tap and get it clean. You've always been fastidious about cleanliness, haven't you? I think this is something else, Father. Can't be examined any further. No trace of poison on the knife. But if that's really the case, how could the toxin have entered the victim's body? Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Read in memo of the Shoya News. I'm what people like to call it a journal. What's a journal, Father? Slang term for journalist. It's simply a contraction of a journalist. I'm there when the news breaks, putting pen to paper to catch those scoops, so they print the next morning. They don't call me the hero of the Herald for nothing. Nice guy of news. Oh, so it was you who took this photograph, was it? Well, well, what have we here? I'm sorry? Oh, brace yourselves, people. Many memo senses a scoop in the offing. Female student up to foul play defended by curiously handsome young lawyer in Supreme Court. The readers will lamp this up. We'll set it above the fold of that 72 point in a 5-leg format for the morning edition. Huh? Right then, let's start with your name. Oh, it's Ryotaro Naruhodo. Next, what made you want to become a lawyer? This isn't the point. I wanted to reform our country's legal system, I suppose. Ryotaro has suddenly become very ambitious, I see. I just followed Kazuma-sama's dream for a while. By the way, my name is Takatsuchi Aochi. That's Takesuchi Aochi. The so-called dark horse of the Supreme Court, my objections strike fear into every defense lawyer's heart. No, the readers went by now. What? Witness. Yes? What this court demands to know is whether or not you were responsible for the taking of this picture. It was delivered anonymously to the Imperial Police Bureau only yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't be a journo if I didn't click quick when presented with a scoop like that now, would I? Sometimes stories just come out to me. Sometimes I have to chase them down, but either way, you've got to be fast. Fast legs to run with, and a fast hand to ride with. It's no good if you don't know it down, I always say. That's what I call my many-memorism. Many-memorism? Ah yes, I remember your face. We met that day when you were interviewing myself and Saseki-san. Yes, right. That was me, Memo again. But you were supposed to be going back to the Shoyu news offices after our meeting. But the scoop is, I didn't. Because that Englishwoman's words have piqued my journalistic interest. Miss Bert's words? A criminal left to do as she pleases just because she happens to be a British citizen? It's whoredom. This country's judiciary is rotten to the core. Judiciary. God. Why is it always harder to speak when you're talking quickly? The Supreme Court's rulings aren't worth the paper they're written on. The police are just imperial pawns. This day and age is the opposite, and that's why I'm glad I never became a lawyer. Stay your tongue. Stay your tongue, young man. No complex political issues at play. Well, anyway, I quickly jotted down those words she said in my memo pad. Are you ready? I'll read it out. It's all here, right? Here goes. I should like I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. A serious criminal going on some junket? The police need to know about this. That's why I decided to sneak after them. To get the woman's story so I could hammer in the press. Do you mean to say that you did indeed witness it firsthand? The grim scene portrayed in this photograph? Oh yes, I saw it with my very own journal eyes. From start to finish, through the viewfinder of my trusty camera. Thank you, Menamemo-san. You will now give a formal testimony before the court. You will state exactly what it is that you witnessed of the event surrounding Miss Brett's death. And the camera never lies. The beach was made of shoddy old reed screens, so there were plenty of gaps I could see inside the roof. The English woman was sitting on a stool when the student girl came in and started arguing with her. My smoldering journal spirit burst into flames, quick as a flash. I whipped out my camera, ready to click. I pulled apart the rough weave of one of the screens and poked at the lens through for the perfect shot. Reed screens, you say? Right. You can see them clearly enough in that great shot I snapped. That walls were just screens made of coarsely woven reeds. Yes, it allows the breeze to pass through and bring us some relief from the summer heat. And it was a breeze for me to poke my camera through and see the whole thing harden up. Ignoring for the time being the appalling invasion of privacy involved, did you witness everything that happened from the moment the defendant entered the hut? Oh yes, I saw it. I saw the whole thing from start to finish. And you say that you took the photograph through a gap in the screens. Luckily for me, they were pretty sharply woven. I pulled the reeds apart and thrust the lens of my camera through the gap. Would I get away with it, or would I be seen? It was a gamble of a lifetime. A tenacity of purpose that's considered admirable in a journalist, I suppose. Run a risk one day, run a scoop next. That's many memories in a nutshell. At last, it would appear we have a genuine witness to this wicked crime. The evidence and testimony are extremely compelling. I believe we may be close to a verdict. No! Wonderful news, Your Excellency. Wonderful. Nevertheless, it cannot be denied. Now this testimony begs one very large question. What question? Exclusive news, a startling photograph, or the makings of an exception? Or the makings of an exceptional story for the reporter? Why then was the story never published? Oh, that's right. It seems clear to me that there are circumstances at play here which are yet to be understood. Heh, more pathetic excuses. Very well then, Counsel. Proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Excellency. There's more to this report than meets the eye. He's keeping something about this case very close to his chest.
Hold it!
What made you want to see what was happening inside the beach in the first place? Call it journal instinct. Can you think of a better reason? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps because as well as being a proven criminal, the person inside was a young woman? Ah, I see where you're going with this. Face yourselves, people. He's painting the journal as a voyeur. It's hardly slander, sir. You had a camera and you were taking pictures without the woman's knowledge. Nope, you got it all wrong, little student boy. Sorry? In my mind, all that was inside that hut was a scoop. Nothing more, nothing less. Scoops know no gender. Man or woman, it's all news. That's not even That's not memorism. It's basic journalism. Only a courtroom was indiscriminate. Right, so if that's all buttoned up, can we move on? Tell the court then, witness, what sight befell your eyes when you looked inside the hut? The sight that vindicated my journal instinct, and that's what. When I pulled back the reeds, I could see it all as clear as day. So you actually saw Membami-san entering the hut? Yep, and she was raging like my journal spirit. And the argument you mentioned? What was that about exactly? You stole it. I didn't steal it. That kind of thing. Talking about the poison, I suppose. The student girl walked right up to the English woman and really started laying into her. I mean, if she'd laid into her any more, there would have been eggs. The man should have been an author. His descriptive talents are wasted on journalism. What?
Hold it! Objection! Objection! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Attention! Objection! Objection! Objection!